It is cold outside. Actually, it's only about 42 degrees outside today, but it's one of those days where it does not feel like it. But it is kind of nice to watch the water roll against the wind, or the wind roll against the water. That's what I should say. The wind rolling up against the water. The peacefulness that is winter, even though she has a sting. But anyway, what's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with another wonderful vlog. And today, you guys, we are out here in Meigs County, just on the outskirts of Decatur. And right now, we are at a boat ramp. Actually, for a very long time, this was not a boat ramp. This was actually an old ferry boat, or a ferry boat route. You see, this was called Eve's Ferry. And if you look on the far end over there, there is another road. And for quite a long time, you would have a boat that would ferry cars and whatnot across the river, and it would stop right here. Now anyway, this ferry operated for quite a while until it closed down, when your roads became the main thoroughfares to get back and forth in this area of the United States. But there is something here near this boat ramp that I've been wanting to check out since I first heard of that. Or first heard of it. There we go. Sorry. Did I mention that when it gets cold outside, I tend to miss my words a little bit? Don't know the science behind that. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. Maybe my brain just freezes too much. And that, what we have come to see today, is this old abandoned house. This house is quite old. In fact, it's probably close to about 120 years old, turn of the century. Sorry, I just had to walk up a hill. Hills and fat people don't equal out. One of the things that stuck out to me when I first read about this house is that it used to have a really beautiful, what do you call it? A really beautiful back patio or outside patio. Looks like it has since been taken out, and for good reason. It looks like they've boarded up most of the doors, which, I mean, that's understandable, because you wouldn't want anyone to get into this house and probably vandalize it and destroy it further. I just find it weird that there's no longer a patio or an outside back deck or a second story deck, what have you. But the door to the outside is still there. And well, what would have been a porch is now just a stairwell that leads to nowhere, or a very death-defying 1-foot drop. Seeing like the old historical photos of this place, I mean, it felt like an old school plantation house, but that is no longer the case, which is sad. Well, I don't know. Maybe one day, maybe the reason why they have it gated up so much is maybe they want to preserve it. Like, if it's like right next to the river, I'm wondering if maybe, even if it was Cherokee related. Like, I mean, for a very long time, the Cherokee in this area, they had a lot of riverboats that used to ferry people right across the river. But that's I don't know, it's something to think about. I mean, this house, it looks like, for a time, looks like it did have some electricity and water stuffs, or maybe not. Here's an old school garage from the time. Usually you'd see stuff like this in the 30s with that kind of rock work, the 20s and the 30s. So who knows, maybe this house, maybe it is also, maybe it could be Depression era, or maybe just maybe it's both. I don't know. This is something you don't see every day, but it looks like people have gotten in. Well, I am tempted. Let's go inside. I'm really curious. Getting in here wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. If y'all saw my old abandoned house video I did in North Carolina, that one was pretty scary. But that wasn't too bad. Just for my own safety, I did bring, let me see if I have it with me. Well, or if not, no, it's right here. A lantern light. Well, don't want red. I want this. So I'm going to put this on now. This is the first floor. Looks like it's kind of small. Looks like there's not really a whole lot in here. But it is cool to see these old doors. Oh, you can't go back here. Huh. Well, it's obvious that this is a, that is, oh, what do you call it? Can't think of it. Oh, wow. Check this out. Oh my goodness. Oh, you do not see this stuff anymore. Oh wow, one time this was a big house and it was a beautiful house. Huh. And check out that. That is an old school fireplace. I'm trying not to get the GoPro all the way. Or I'm not trying to get the GoPro in the shots. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I'm going to do this just because we don't need the light. Oh wow. This was a beautiful house in its heyday. Only now, there's not really anything left. There's an old light fixture. Oh, that's what I was trying to think of what it was called. A closet. That's what it's called. A closet. Old school closets from the time period. Okay, now let's get back to exploring this house. Seeing what is in here exactly. Oh wow. Just look at that. That is one big cubby space. And I don't think I checked this out. Looks like here's another room, or another place that would have led to the outside. This was, I know I've already said it, but this was a very beautiful home at one point. Kind of gives us an idea of how old he is. Those type of doors you don't see anymore. So let's go downstairs, but actually real quick, check this out. You know this is an old house but it has a hot and a cold. These again you would see probably sometime in the 20s and the 30s. So I imagine this house is from the 20s or the 30s, because you do not see that often. There's a little bit of ceiling damage. But now let's go downstairs and let's see what this is all about. That is very weird to hear those creaky floorboards like that. And I'm guessing this was probably the front door at one point. So let's check out the downstairs parts of it. I do have my light lit with me, just to see, just in case. So, or at least in the areas that I can't really see anything in. Kind of like this room right here. So I'm gonna light this up. There's an old school TV that you don't see anymore. Old school fireplace mantle. Oh wow. So this was an old school, I imagine this led to the outside at one point, probably to the patio. Oh cool. Look at that old school chandelier from a bygone era. They did not make houses like this anymore. And to think that even present day, it still stands. So I kind of hope that maybe one day there's a current owner of this building. I hope that they really turn it into something beautiful. Maybe bring it back into its former glory. Real quick, I just want to take a second to admire the beauty that is in that woodwork. Again, just check that out. That is gorgeous. Let's continue to check out to see what is here. I think we've probably seen most of everything that is in this old building. An old drawer of sorts. More old school stuff from the word I can't think of at the moment. Closet, there we go. See, there's some old school closet stuff right there. And an old school box spring mattress. Yeah, I'd probably say probably the last time this house ever saw like anyone living in it, it was probably maybe during the 20s and the 30s. So I'd probably say I'm about right. And why I say that, again, we have these old school pieces of furnishings that you just don't see anymore. Just look at the old woodwork in that. That is really, really cool. And I think we're just about done. There's an old school desk. And a very, very old school fireplace. And again, another closet. It looks like we got another door, or not a door, old school bay window right here. This leads to another room. The room that we just came from at the beginning, and this is the kitchen. Obvious. It has seen better days. But back in its heyday, probably during the Prohibition era, this house was gorgeous. Very gorgeous. Look at the old school place in that. And I'm hoping that they're saving these because those are really beautiful. I think we have seen just about everything that this old beauty has to see. So let's get back outside. Okay, now that was very interesting. I love looking into these old buildings. They tell such a story about them. Maybe one day it will be restored back to its old beauty. But anyway, guys, this is going to be another vlog for another day. Remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care and that y'all want to see more awesome videos. So without further ado, you guys, this vlog is over.